Behold,
A Saturday stream.
are you still setting some stuff up real quickly? Let's see if I actually have my water though. I may have to get up middle of the stream and get more water though. Gonna do the I'm going to do the gun quest. Or machinist at least.
Gudrak, how fortuitous that you should choose this moment to visit. Pray forgive my abruptness, but are you acquainted with Ishkard's Watch and the commoners who fill its ranks?
Yep. Hilda is my friend.
Truly? You've worked with Hilda before? Splendid, absolutely splendid. Let us then discuss the problem at hand. Following our fair city's shift to a more egalitarian form of government, there has been talk of arming the City Watch with machinist weapons and equipment and very type of initiatives of which I have long advocated. And so part of this plan I have been asked to provide a competent instructor. But as dearly as I wish to fulfill this request of Hilda's, I am afraid suitable candidates for the role are in woeful short supply. Surely you've heard news of Alamigo's liberation, yes? Well, the aftermath of the little conflict has seen the manufactory swamped with missions of both material and marksmen, and I've not a single machinist to spare. I was very forced to relinquish Joey, my indisputable right-hand woman, indispensable even, and to some far-flung deployment. And so, Gujak, you must see why your presence here this day strikes me as something of a godsend. Who better to accept this position than our most accomplished marksman? I understand, of course, that you have your own business to attend to and can hardly spend every waking moment training the watch. Thus do I intend to share your duty with our old friend, Rotsnathal. Aside from his extensive knowledge of firearms, he was once the commandant of the Knights of the Barracuda, and such experience will prove invaluable to the watch leadership. He is the natural choice to serve as your partner in this enterprise. From what I've been told, your former instructor was recently spotted arriving in Idleshire, pray come along. Would you can lend me a hand in persuading the foul-mouthed brigand to return to Ishgard? I'm gonna buy some gear because honestly, this is terrible gear. I'm not gonna buy like I don't want to get Eldershire. Yeah, it's called Skava gear. Skaven gear. Skava. Because I want to be able to buy. See this gear here. Oh, oh. There's there. This, I believe, is the gear that you can get from the other thing from above. Okay, wait. I want to see what Telskava gear. Oh. 400. So I'll buy that one. I know it's dumb, a little short-sighted. I think it's pretty cool. I won't buy a patch. Oh, there's none. I already have good pants. Let's get the HQ. Alrighty, let's put this on. This is terrible looking. I bought the wrong hat. I have some money. Different hat. Oh well. This is terrible looking. Let's see if I can get a better out. Let's do this. I'm going to be dapper. Get some paint. Oh, not you. Isuki Jetsuki is not holding my paint. You? I have. This is actually like not being very convincing what I was trying to do, but it's important. Miko has things I want. Young lady? Tree! Oh, I can turn into. I'm gonna make dye as that. I don't know why I'm gonna try to make an HQ. I don't know why I did that. Excuse me.
Alrighty. Now let's get back to the story. They'll probably do the allied thingamabob for Stormblood. Not tomorrow, maybe tomorrow? But what I'm trying to do is finish this and then try to do the second part of the Alliance.
Have you seen this? Have you seen this place, Kudrak? My prospectometer is simply overloaded by such potential. Why, the goblin technology amassed in the main square alone will keep me tinker for days.
Oh, okay. Your mouth is faster than your body.
Not that we'll be here merely that long. Rostendal is a striking fella. Someone is bound to have noticed him. Shall we ask around? Can I interest you in a guided tour? Just a question. I've seen such a man. He was just walking down this street, as a matter of fact. Big lad with an eye patch, yes. I mock is passing as I would at all any dangerous beast. Stay your path, and you'll find him like as not.
Ah, Mountain Dew. Midnight Dew. I know. Better flavor. Midnight Dew.
Have seen your man headed into the hard place. He was all swarty and mysterious, like had a half a mind to follow him in there.
Hey, old man.
I see you've kept one step ahead of me. Gudrak, at least this time around, our dear instructor was not so damnably difficult to locate, eh? I thought I heard some familiar voices. Now, what brings the two of you all the way out here? Not just yearning to glimpse the old mug again, that much is certain. Salutation. Astute, as always, my friend. We have in fact come with an offer of employment. You want me to teach triggering work again? Bugger that. Why didn't ye have joy to it? Joy is far too humble to fare well as an instructor, and it is fully occupied by another manufactory business besides. You also have considerable knowledge with commanding an military company, if I am not mistaken. Are ye bloody daft, or did ye just forget that the piss-poor leadership or the cuts is what ruined me reputation in the first place? The honestly reckon a man like me is fit to take a charge or training a city watch?
Well, if you don't have the stones for it.
Ye trying to tickle me pride, lad? Bah! Ye seem damned determined to not let me old private sit on and arse in peace. Then this means you accept? Trim ye sails, boss. I'll make me decision after I've had a chat with the lass that leads the watch. It seems we have arranged a meeting with Hilda. Would you mind handling the introductions?
Ah, shite.
My thanks. Now I really should be getting back to the workshop. I've a small amount of munitions to make if I'm to honor all those commissions. But do the manufactory proud, my friend. And just when I was getting bleeding warm again. I'll see you in Ishgard track.
Greater teleportation. Actually, after this, I'll probably won't do that. I want to just do I want to finish 4.2, and then tomorrow I'll do Hello.
Champion. Well, I am certain that your business is most pressing. I would ask you allow me to conduct mine first. I'm afraid you'll have to wait your turn. Hilda's got her hands full with this one. You've picked a fine time to visit, and no mistake. Are we clear? Or must I repeat myself in simple terms? I expect very little from you, lowborn riffraff. If you wish to serve Nishgard, then know your place and keep well out of our way. Master Blue Blood. He'd not wag his tongue like that if his boss was around. And a fine day to you, Gudrak. A little birdie told me you'd be on your way. The lads and lasses were well pleased to hear you'd be learning at the foot of Ishgard's they'd be living at the foot of Ishgard's savior.
Oh, also you'll
Rastatown, this is Hilda. Hilda, this is Rust. And you must be Rastatown. I warn you right now, the watch is a rough lot. They ain't used to formal training, and you'll need to work in hand before ye can count for more than cannon fodder. Work ye hard, ye say. I do things the pirate way, lass. I'm I'll have in pissing blood and wailing for their mums by first bell. Well, we'll see about that. I don't know about limps and back alleys, but the Broom's not a place where sufferers within Wilton diaries, but my lot lacks in skill they make up for in spirit. I like the challenge. I like a challenge now. Tell me more about this watch of years. He fits into Ishgardian defense. Well, we're officially backed in the arms of the. Well, we're officially back in the arms of the Eosian Alliance, aren't we? And if the Temple Knights are marched out to deal with some crisis, the streets will be left a touch thin on soldiers. That's where the watch comes in. We've been something of an independent operation till now, but the houses want to put us on the payroll. They mean to use our numbers to plug the holes in the walls, as it were. And the best part is we get paid to do more than what we were doing for art. Coin in our purse and food in our bellies. Can't complain about that. Aye. Hey! But the arrangement not to everyone's liking. The inquisitors and nobles alike looking to trip us up at every turn. And they ain't keen on the idea of commoners being armed and organized. I reckon the only way to stop those bastards down is by convincing everyone that the watch is something worth keep. But if we mean to prove ourselves, we need proper equipment and training. That's why I took most of the coin we've been given, and even begging to Lord Helionat. Now we have firearms and two clever blighters to teach us here to use them. Aye, I've heard enough. You can't properly protect folk what can't recognize the authority. Just do as old Rostendal says, and ye soon teach them bastards to respect ye. What we're going to do first, gather a crew, ye finest lads and lasses, and slap a name on him. One, you'll get them naysayers to sit up and take notice. What do you mean? What you mean an elite company like the Dragoons or the Heavens Ward? I reckon a good name might impress some of the highborn, but I'd be buggered if I think of one. Well, let's see. Oh, how about Hilda's Hounds? Oh, you mean Hilda's Hounds? Well, I do like the sound of that. What do you say, lads? Oh, as soon as they've picked a crew of the hounds, I'll start teaching it the basics. Then after they've had a chance to learn barrow or from stock, you come back and test their skill. Soon sounds like a fair division of labor. So you teach it the basics, I teach them cool stuff. Right then. A whipping in shape afore you know it. Let's just see how tough those broom bastards really are. Leave the basic training to me. They'll be practicing drills in their dreams by the time I'm done with them. Come to see how we're doing then. Aye. Well, there ain't much to test yet. Things are coming along, but progress is bloody slow. Not one holding buggers adds the flair of the iron what E or Joy showed. We'd best let them go back to it then. I have a different favor to ask of you, Gujak. The watch has been tasked with its first big job, standing guard at the temple all nights. Investors. Night investiture ceremony. The ceremony is an important event and sets the watch, and setting the watch too would watch over it is a gesture what's meant to embody the new spirit of harmony between highborn and lowborn. Lucia doesn't honey her words. She says that making a mess of this duty is likely to harm our reputation beyond safe. The hounds will knock down before they even take their first step. But getting back to the favor, there's to be a meeting to discuss security concerns from the event, and I want you to sit in on it. You see, the representative of the Temple Knights is a kind of bloke, what has me itching to shoot him in the teeth. Pompous bastard by the name of yeah. If you're there, I might just be able to keep my trigger finger under control.
Sorry, I had to look at something.
Thanks, Gudrak. I appreciate the support. I'll see you at the congregation then. You. I was not informed. Gudrak's here as my advisor. I trust his advice as damn sight more than that of a certain empty-headed, stiff-backed blue blood. I would not dispute his place at this meeting. In fact, I would be far less inclined to entrust this duty to a certain foul-mouthed, disrespectful commoner, were she not accompanied by such an advisor. My apologies for the interruptions, Muscardia? Muscadane? I bear urgent news. Speak, then. Sir, a thief has breached the vault and stole the sacred blade. Hernting. Hernting is the sword that what's used to dub new knights, or so they tell me. But that place is crawling with guards. Hard to imagine how someone even managed to get in there, let alone Fletch something. It is unthinkable. The treasure door is secured with 7 different locks, sentries standing vigilant night and day. None can approach without notice. The sentry, he claims they were struck senseless. They later awoke to find the door to the treasury hung open. But of all the valuable secrets within, only the blade was missing. By all accounts, the entire incident took place over the span of a few short minutes. The burglar obviously had a plan and was very precise in the execution. And you say the only Hun ring was taken. The loss of such a prominent symbol right before the ceremony bodes ill for Sir Emmerich's reputation. The Lord Commander cannot afford to have his authority enthralled at this delicate stage, lest Ishgard can once more fall prey to infighting and insurrection. We must reclaim the blade ere it disappear. Disappearance becomes common knowledge. Bah! I have not the time nor the nights to spare for this. Well, my hounds may be able to help. You there. They're the best the watch has to offer, and I reckon they can keep their gobs shut. The ceremonies are time to shine, so we've vented interest, it seems, in going forward as planned. And there's no harm in getting Sir Emmerich's good side either. Neither. What say we look into it? Do as you wish. With Gudrak's assistance, mayhap even your mob of commoners will see some modicum of success. Now, if you will excuse me. Prickly bastard. You'd think he showed a bit more bloody gratitude. Anyways, enough of that. We have a sword to find. We can begin by asking some questions. I reckon getting our own ideas. We better begin by asking some questions. I reckon getting our own ideas of what happened. Really already ready to put on your Inquisitor's robes? I'm more of an investigator, Hilda. Good. Then I have the perfect bloke for us to talk to. I know a knight that took part in that raid on the vault a while back, and he just so happens to be the captain of the treasury guard. Let's head to the Hoplon and see if our man's about. Hello, Mad Hatter. Master Gudrak and Mistress Hilda, Sir Muscaden, and told me to expect you. And I thought he'd no time to spare. So does this mean you're to help or hinder us? Why, to help you, of course. Here, material evidence from the scene. All 7 logs at the treasury were destroyed, and this scrap of metal was found lodged in one of the keyholes. The impacts crushed it all out of shape, but that looks like a bullet to me. Our culprit wielded some sort of firearm. A firearm, did you say? Has there been yet another crime committed with one of those horrible inventions? By the gods, I can scarcely sleep at night for worry. I suspect this is all the fault of Sir Emmerich's precious revolution. Who are you, Bemis, and what do you mean by another crime? Why, the tale I've heard at high tea this past week would curl your toes. They say a musket-wielding brigand now terrorizes the Western Highlands, just when the threat of those dragon-loving heretics has finally ended, a new nightmare rises to take their place. Unless you think this some noble lady's fancy, even the traders come to supply the corsairs. Speak of shooting echoing in the air near Hemlock. Dreadful, simply dreadful. I understand that our knights must honor their oath to aid foreign nations, but must it come at the cost of keeping order in Ishgard? Look at me. I've come positively flushed. I must retire to my chambers. Was she hard of hearing, or some met? The lantern harpy didn't so much as glance in my direction. An unfortunate habit of the more traditional highborns, I'm afraid. Such stubborn examples aside, however, your actions have taught many of our nobles the wisdom of heeding the common citizenry. I've not been ignored like that in a while. Well, thank you for the bullet, Sir Knight. Good day to you. As much as I'd like to ignore her ladyship's babbling, it might be worth looking into the rumor of this bandit up near Hemlock. Considering the timing and how the treasury was robbed, it's just too much of a coincidence. We've a couple of leads to follow, eh? Why don't you take out the bullet to Stefan Vian. God, I keep forgetting to. And see if he can tell us where it came from. Meanwhile, I'll head out to Hemlock and look for anyone that's armed with a carbine or something similar. Come join me once you're done with a bullet? Might be as I owe your help with such.
I went too far. Well, sir.
A Gudrak, how fares the training of an indomitable watch?
Hmm?
You have something for me? Yes, this is certainly the remnants of a bullet fired from close range, but more than that I cannot tell you. It may have been made right here in the manufactory, but honestly there is little difference between our munitions and the bullets forged in Lumensa. I am sorry, the deformation makes it impossible to identify an origin with any degree of accuracy.
Oh, damn it, I was doing other things. Thinking about the Donkey Kong song. Hey, he's Donkey Kong. I want my shotgun back.
My thanks. Was paying too much attention to the ground and then beasts came at me. I managed to take down one or two, but what's that you've got there? A leather collar? Huh. Those curs must have been set to guard the place. Though they seem wild enough to me. I found signs that someone was here. Gudrak. Could be that her ladyship's Bergen is more than empty parlor talk.
Let's get back to the broom and before we compare notes enough. Though, again, let's go back to the broom before we compare notes though, eh? It's really freezing out here. Turn the bloom. This. Yep.
Some bandit with a firearm, eh? I bloody wonder.
Right, so. What do we got? But did the bullet have a tale to tell? Ah, that's too bad. I thought maybe we could learn where it came from, at least. Seems that leaves us chasing after the mysterious bandit. Maybe I'll head out to Hemlock again and have another poke around.
I'll stick it out here. Yeah, and keep drilling the troops. And then you'll be the first to know when they're ready for inspection.
We'll make you proud. Don't you worry about that, and don't stay away from too long. We've a thief to catch. I've something to share with you, Gudrak. I pulled a scrap of parchment from the campfire I found up by a hemlock, and the bits weren't blackened and burnt was a interesting read. Seems it was a contract of sorts, promised the sale of a historically significant blade to a certain Lominson merchant. I'll give you one good guess as to which bloody blade it's referring to.
The Lominson bloke. The Lominson bloke never gave a name, but he's famous for building a trade empire on the ashes of the Calamity. Those rumors apparently are as to why the shifty bugger is so successful, and not a few of him points to profit made from black market goods.
Well, it turns out that this infamous merchant was stopped at a checkpoint on the border. Temple Knights were keeping an eye out for the stolen sword and reported that the trader was last seen making for Boulder Down. That seems to match up with what we read in the contract, eh? We need to find the merchant and wait until the thief shows up with the blade. That said, what say you both? I can count on you to come along, right?
Now he just all on there, miss. I took the instructor job, but that don't mean he can drag me into the fray to wipe the goddamn arse.
No one's saying you have to do any fighting. Think of it as a chance to train us in the field. Even if you might need to dodge a bullet or two. Come on, please. Alrighty, I fixed it.
Why do I let myself get roped into these messes? Well, seeing as the merchant has given me Homeland a bad name, I suppose I can help ye this one time. I better see ye out there too, Kujak. It's settled then. Get your kits and meet us out near Boulder Down.
Damn it, I can't fly over. And down I go. Boys. Hey, there's more of you. How come two of you aren't wearing... I know you guys are like more custom NPCs than they're the grunts. Like literally they're are they the same model? Oh yeah, they are literally the same model. Fun.
This ain't nothing but Patron the Brew. It's too open. Nervous, I'm not bloody nervous. It's what's the damn word? Anticipation, I won't lie to ye. Ye likingly walking into a fight. Pick he target and aim true. We found the merchant, Gujak. He's out there doing a deal with as we speak, but first we need to make sure his customer is the thieving bastard we've looking for. Summy, grab another hound and sniff out the situation. He'd best go too, Gujak, just in case them pups run into something they can't handle. If Summy fouls this up, be sure to give him a good smack across the snout for me. What? Hilda didn't trust me or something. After the drills frost and earth put us through, I reckon we can manage a bit of spawn. Are you certain of this? God damn it. Are you certain of this? As I recall, the client requested that Harining has be delivered directly upon its acquisition. Aye. That was the deal. We delivered the sword, but then our client, as ye said, turned around and gave it right back. Change old bleeding heart or something. I don't know, Duck. Can ye fence the thing or not? Yes, I'm sure we can come to an equitable arrangement. Equitable. Aye. That's the bloke, yes, ma'am. He's got the sword. Understood. Hilda's getting ready to charge in. We wait here for the rest of the hounds. The sacred sword hunt. Hurring? It's hunting her. A impressive piece, heavy with history and tradition. It would fetch a fine price with the right buyer. I would thank the bloody gods for that. Now, about our share. I've got something to share with you right there, Brigand. Who in the bloody hell are you? Hilda's hounds. We uphold the law in Ishgard, and you are all suspects in the death of the sacred blade huntering. Ishgardian soldiers. I'm not risking my life against you fanatics. Get back here, ye coward. Bah. I don't know how ye found us, but you'll not be leaving here alive.
That's far enough! Right there!
Musketeer bandit. Da-da-da. I can use my sword. How come you're smacking with the beard? Bam! Laser!
Here, I've a new playmate for ye. Have fun.
I see you! Is that all you've got?
I want my flamethrower, boy!
One kill. Let's finish it.
Aha! Interruption! Hey, oh! Did any of the hounds die? Oh, yeah. So, the two dudes died. Interruption!
Interruption.
Behold the power! Laser!
The lads are still after the bandit chief himself, but it looks like we've got this all sorted. We'll march him back to Ishgard, squeezing him for information, then hand him over to Muskadane. We did it, Bujak. We got the sword back. The hounds done well, eh? Aye, they could stand to sharpen their claws a bit, but it won't be long till we're a force to be reckoned with. There's no denying you've got spirit loss. As long as you stay hungry, that rest comes in time. Sorry, Hilda. When the leader's gone, seems the bastard had a chocobo hiding nearby. He was in the saddle and away afford we could catch him. Bah! Well, there's ought to be done about it. The blade's ours now. In any case, so let's call this a victory. Time to head home. Gudrak, hang around a bit, will ya? There's something we need to discuss. When you were fighting the bandits, I got a glimpse of the leader's weapon, and I reckon I could know where and get it from. But I'll need to do some snooping around. Afford, I'm certain old abbots die odd, I guess. Anyways, do me a favor and tell Irda that I'll be taking some time off until I've satisfied my curiosity.
To the bloom! Run! Faster!
We show them bastard, didn't we? Ishgard's got ought to fear with Hilda's hounds patrolling the streets. I hate to say it, but the mission wouldn't have gone half as smoothly if not for them awful drills. Bloody hells. Would you listen to old Summy, though? The success has gone right to his head. Welcome back, Udrak. Where's Ross Nethal? I thought he was with you. Eh? Taking time off to chase after a hunch? What the hell's is that pirates up to? I guess we'll just have to muddle around without him. While he's gone, while he's looking into the firearm business. Besides, I'll be lying if I said I wasn't a bit curious about it myself. What about you, Gujak? Come back to the Bloom when you can, and it might be as we'll have a tale to tell. Where have you been, Gujak? I've been itching to open this letter from Ross Nethal, but he's addressed it to you. Come on, let's hear what he has to say. Mystery solved. I took a good look at Neskid and Vermeer's stock, and the firearms one of theirs. Lemza has some bloody strict restrictions on the export of firearms, so our bandit leader must have been a back alley supplier. Get your arse to Limsa Lominsa and we'll find out who put the weapon in our thieves' hands, and I'll be at the Aetherite on the bottom deck. Ross Nethal. So he's on the trail then. Good. Just let me get my gear and we can be off. What? You're going with Gudrak. Is that really a good idea? I'm with some on this one, Hilda. If the leader of the hounds start picking quarrels on foreign soil, we could be looking at all sorts of trouble for Ishgard. Ishgard's where the bloody trouble started, and since when has folks of the Bloom been content to sit back and let others handle the dirty work? I'm going and that's the end of it, but I promise I'll be on my best behavior.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Oh, load, damn it. Load.
What in the bloody hells is he doing here? I put your bloody name on the letter and all. I need to see this through. If I don't, then what are the hounds good for? You'll just have to humor me. I was aimed to avoid political complications. Seeing as Gudrak and me, I ain't tied too tightly on any one nation. He just lucky I'm a soft spot for fools that they know or the risk to make a point. Let's get to it. Then The bloke's most likely to have supplied the firearms in the same bastard that tried to buy the sword. Or Black Marketeer friend. Our Black Marketeer friend. If you're lucky, he might have an idea of where the brigands run off to. Either mind to squeeze him till the answer pops out. I'll like to have a word or two with the bandit leader myself. He's a loose end that means tying up. Then we're on the same page. According to my sources, we should find the merchant in the anchor yard. Let's get over there and get this business over with.
The Black Marketeer!
Good day to you, Master Merchant, but how about we have a little chat, eh? You ain't getting away with this, matey. Best start talking before I start cutting. Well, if it isn't the hounds, was it? What can a humble peddler such as myself do for Ishkart's finest?
Tell us where the bandit thief is hiding.
For a man in my trade, no comment. Camaraderie is more valuable than discretion. If I were to disclose such information, my customers would cease to trade. If you've got fear, then helpful, then maybe I should visit. I should pay a visit to the Yellow Jackets and mention the firearm you valued customers are using. Or maybe I'll just skip straight to them as upholds the code. No. Let us not be too hasty. Mayhap I can make an exception in this case in exchange for your silence regarding my trade in exotic weapons. I believe the gentleman in question has a camp at Providence Point in the Center Highlands. That is where I would look. Providence Point? Well, it is a start. If you're playing us a fool, I'll be back to find the crab. I'll be back to feed the crabs with ye lying tongue. In fact, if I ever hear all ye deers and stealing goods again, ye can add a few more body parts to the list. Nice doing business with ye.
Providence Point! Hello there, bandit leader.
What? What? Howdy? Bah! You've signed ye own death warrant coming here.
Oh, I forgot to bring out the god's damn healing, my healing pet.
Drill!
Hello there, good sir.
Hey. Gods no. You've killed me, precious.
I came running when I heard the shots, but it seems you had things well in hand.
Oh, bugger me. There's more of you. Please, I'll do anything you ask, just don't kill me. Stop ye bubbling, cur. We didn't come to kill ye, not just yet. Any road, that'll depend on the answer ye give us.
Answers? What's he on about, Kudrak? Wait, it wasn't the black market bloke, eh? I guess he's been wanting more than just a sword, eh? Them other brigands we captured were bloody clueless. They only knew what the job was, not the who or why.
Meaning, the whole deal was made through this bastard starting bark, dog, and he might just save your night. We were pirates once, that is, until the bitch admiral passed her bloody law. Looks like us, though we ain't cut out for honest work. We'd almost drunk through the last of our plunder when the back alley peddler showed up with some overpainted wench. She'd said she'd a job for us. All we had to do was fetch a special sword from the Holy See. For the purse she offered, we had stolen the whole bloody vault.
And who was this woman?
Part of the deal was that we ain't asked no question. Even the merchant didn't know her real name. It was odd, but we needed the coin and I didn't really care either way. Job itself was easy at taking as peace. She even paid for me to have a firearm to use and sent us down a route where we didn't see no guards, though the gods only know how she managed to that trick. All we did was follow her map and shot the locks on the bolt. Walked in, grabbed the sword and walked out. Bold as ye please. Trouble came after the delivery was made.
She gave the blade back to you.
Aye, she sent for me again the day after. Reached the sword back into my hand and along with a sack of old coin. Said she'd made a mistake or some and that I should sell the damn thing. Well, I ain't fool enough to try fencing a relic like that on my own. So I went back to the merchant.
So you're fool enough not to properly burn your contract, like for sale, but how did you think we found you in the first place?
Contract of sale? What in the airs are you talking about? You think I'd leave a deal like that in ink for the whole world to see? Things are starting to make sense now. There's just one little problem. Story. I told ye the truth. I told ye the truth. I swear it was the wench that put us up to it. That bit I believe. What catch me as a crawl is her reason for handing back the sword. It was no mistake, and us finding the contract will sail this bastard saying he never wrote was no mistake either. No, we were led by the nose to reclaim Hunterling before it was sold, and the quickest way to learn the why of it might have been asking the blade itself. But you mind carting this piece of hold it back to Ishgard, Rustenthal? Come with me, Grudrak. We need to pay us a visit to Muscadane and convince him to take a closer look at the blade. If he went for that witch... God, why can't I remember her name? Merweb and her shite-eating law, I'd still be sailing free on the wide seas. I'll take care of all this peasant. You just concern yourself with inspecting that sword. Hi. Master Gudrak, how may I... you again. Were there some choice insults you'd forgotten to spit at me during your previous meeting? Truce, Mr. Kine. I wouldn't be here if it weren't important. I see. So you believe that Hunterding may have been altered in some fashion before you were allowed to reclaim it. It was a bit too bloody convenient, don't you think? Maybe I'm wrong, but I'd rather look at the fool than risk something happening at the ceremony. We need to check the sword. I must admit, your passion confounds me. The blade is recovered and your hounds have done their duty. Why bother pursuing such a faint suspicion? Why willingly endure the presence of a man you are so clearly despise? Oh, I hate your bleeding guts, but once we take a job, we do the damnedest thing right. Grudrak gave his all to save Ishgard. How can I look at him in the eyes if I let our petty feud get in the way of my duty? Such pride. Such pride. I've not seen this side of you before. If it is as you say, if there truly is some flaw or trick in the blade that disrupts the ceremony, the consequences can be grave indeed. And yet there are rules in place that prevent me from simply handing huntering over to the hounds. Furthermore, our resident blacksmith has already inspected the recovered weapon and declared it sound. Even so, I will call on Lord Stephen to conduct an independent examination, and a machinist may notice a detail that a blacksmith would overlook. I trust this can be accomplished with the required discretion. Very well, as far as the release of Hunterling is concerned, the manufactory is a secure sanctured facility. After that, the bureaucrats will be satisfied even though I secure the necessary... Even should I risk secure the necessary permissions. For the fact that I shall begin making the arrangements.
Well, that's that then. Let's get back to the Bloom and tell the news to Rust and all. Oh, yes. Yes. I don't remember why. It's an interesting story. And I'm pretty sure the reason why I remember why she is hell-bent on actually still keeping him safe is because that's her younger brother. Or half younger brother. Half younger brother.
Keep one end near your weapon, Gudrak. Me got say this isn't over by a long shot. Back then, all you, I don't rightly know what the story was with the sword, but Hilda seems happy with what we did, and that's good enough for me. Lord Stephanian will get to the bottom of this. You see, if he doesn't, best thing we can do is get back to our drills and leave him to it. Muskandan's not known for his love of the lowborn. I don't expect he'd just... I thought I'd have to put up more of a fight. That's what I'm saying. Well, the sword's with the manufactory now, so I've no complaints. That's where I'll need to take it in. That's where I meant to take it in the first place. Now, we wait. But don't get too comfortable with Drake. Things are sure to come to a head soon enough. This gives me an idea to maybe build a mech suit. We've just had the messenger from the manufactory. Seems they've finished looking over the sword. Let's head on over and hear what Lord Stephanian has to say. It's almost time for the ceremony. I wonder if the knight's initiations are feeling nervous. It doesn't matter what they do to the blade, the hounds have a job to do and will damn well do it. There's a bloody storm brewing. Time to cast our nets and see what we can catch.
Hey, yo, Bean.
The relevant parties appear to be present. If you would, Lord Stefan. Very well. I cut straight to the point. I discovered a small bomb contained near the hilt of the sword. The particular explosive was a part of a batch intended for Temple Knight training purposes, and it is designed to be detonated from a distance. I won't bore you with the specifics, but I assure that I'm quite familiar with its capability. Or after all, I am the one who made it. Bloody hells! Someone went to a lot of trouble to sneak a bomb into the ceremony. An assassination attempt? Unlikely. As I said, the bomb was designed for training exercises. Even if you were grasping the hilt when it exploded, you wouldn't even lose a finger. Some nasty burns at the most. That would be more than enough. If the sacred blade were to be dropped during the investiture, many in the crowd would interpret that as a sign from the Fury. The Lord Commander's authority would come into question, and responsibility for the incident will fall squarely onto the hounds. So someone wished the discreet to watch beyond salvation. That would explain the ridiculous rumors presently circulating amongst the lords and ladies. Rumors? What rumors? Why, the Hunterling's death and recovery was orchestrated entirely by the watch itself. Some of the most impressionable members of nobility are convinced you armed bandits with firearms, instructed them to steal the sword and capture them yourself to elevate your standing. Then the mood's already sour and simmering. If the sword exploded on top of that, it'd be like throwing oil on the fire. Reason be damned, it'd be the watch's head on the chopping block. Who could have instigated the gossip behind this baseless accusation? I ordered the event surrounding Hunterling's death to be kept in the strictness of confidence. Well, she would know all about it, wouldn't she? I suspected the villainous feared the threat to status quo, and the high profile of the hounds has made you a target. A strike against you is a strike against the ideal of any commoner bearing the power of a firearm. I'm flattered to know we've become so, but she picked the wrong pack of dogs to corner. Now it's our turn to go on the hunt. Going after the mastermind. I'm all for a bit of retribution, but we need a better description than overly painted wench. Fortunately, my prospectometer and I are one step ahead of you this time. As soon as I discovered the bomb, I set to work crafting a device that would help us pinpoint the location of its pairing detector. And thus lead us directly to the one who holds it. I propose we simply proceed with the ceremony as planned and catch this fool red-handed. Not a bad plan, so long as we're prepared for any accomplices she might have lurking around her. The ceremony is almost upon us. Let us steel ourselves for the task ahead. We'll sort our strategies, then head back to the broom. Meet us there when you're ready, Gudra.
I'm almost done with the gun shoot storyline. I only have 3 jobs left to do.
Right, Gudrak, the ceremony is about to begin. Here's the plan. Who's cut in, and the other hounds will be handling security as scheduled, so as not to arouse suspicion. We reckon that the lady will have someone watching the proceedings, ready to tell her the best moment to detonate the little bomb. Likely right as the blade rests on the initiative's shoulder. That's how I do it anyways. The watcher shouldn't be too hard to spot, and the hounds can nab him before he gets away. Meanwhile, we'll be waiting at St. Valerian's phone and Stephanvian's device. With Stephanvian's device ready to move as soon as we're sure of the detonator's location. Bring your best munitions, Kujak. The lady can organize a clear route through the vault, and she's like to have worse than a few ragging bandits on her side. What dang so bleeding long, boss? The ceremony already beginning. Some quiet, if you will. If I can catch the exact moment the detonator is activated. I have it. The signal comes from the far edge of the blue. The smug bastards are hiding right in our home territory. Right then, we'll best go give him a proper bloody welcome. This is Ulysses. The crowd enjoying our little spectacle. What? Nothing. Not even a poof of smoke? Surprise! Surprise, we found your bomb. The hounds! I know you. You're the noble bitch that ignored me outside the vault. The right place at the right time to plant the bandit rumor, eh? And I suppose you were the one who pinned the contract of sale too. Oh, what nonsense is this? I have no memory of fraternizing with commoners. Ha! Got your attention this time, didn't I? A good thing too, since I have a wagon load more questions for you. But here's one. Are your Inquisitor friends here going to come quietly? You and your hounds will be the only ones surrendering their arms this day. Not only have you interfered with official inquisitional business, you've also insulted and accused an innocent member of nobility. Mayhap a spell in the dungeon will remind you of your station. Now see here, the hounds have solid evidence, and these individuals are party to a serious crime. Speak with Sir Mustadine and all will be now we meet the rest of the old rats, and ye were wondering how the noble's wretch got hold of the training bomb or cleared a route through the vault for their bandits, and here's the answer. I reckon they'll show their whiskers sooner or later. You're sworn protectors of Ishgard, and you chose to throw your lot in with the highborn dolt. Sir Emmerich's fighting to keep the city from tearing itself apart. Why don't you just stab a blade in his back while you're at it? The time for empty bravado has passed, child. We are not common savages. Given yourselves up, and I promise we shall live to see the morrow. You can stick that promise right up your arse. The common enough for you. This is over, and your authority as Ishgard's watch, we're taking you in for the crimes of larceny, insurgency, and general bloody idiocy. Why can't I do that? I want to have an axe in one hand and a gun in the other.
Is that all you've got?
This is a lot easier. Drill time! That went well. Wait, where's the noblewoman?
The wench must have slipped away while we were in the thick of it. She can't have gone far. Nothing far.
There. She flees towards the ark. Go, Jack, come on. You lot, after her. Aid, Sir Knight. I know not their grievances, but these lower-born riffraff seek to cause me harm.
Let us dispense with this theatrics, Baroness Illicis. After capturing your accomplice at the ceremony, it was surprisingly easy to praise free the details of your plan.
You side with these common cur? I'd thought you a proud member of the nobility. As one of the chosen few, how can you countermand any act that place power in the filthy hands of the broomborn?
The chosen few. An accident born allowing us the privilege to fight for our nation. And I, for one, welcome you, comrades in arms. Your actions brand you as an enemy of Ishgard, and you will pay for your crimes. This is blasphemy. I am an inquisitor. You betray your bloodline, and thus it falls to me to excise the corruption seeped into our nation's veins.
Really? I'm gonna fight her? Is she really that strong? Why'd she run away if she's that strong?
That's far enough.
See? The red eye. She's also the mongrel.
See
So.
you.
She just quenched dragon blood. I heard the tale, but it seems the transformation's profound.
Can't say I expected much from the Inquisitor. She's lost her bloody marbles.
Ah! Death to the lowborn, death to all vermin!
One shot, one kill.
Hey! Voice acting!
Let's finish it.
Hey, somebody's using super magic. Beth!
So it is finished. The Baroness and her cronies believe that none but the nobility are fit to lead Ishkar's people. They resented efforts to bring Highborn and Lowborn closer in standing, and 'twould seem that the Hound's formation was too great a threat to be endured. All we want a little respect and strength to defend our. What are they so bloody afraid of? They fear the erosion of their stature. I must confess to feeling a whisper of unreasonable terror, but I succumbed to my jealousy and hate. Had I succumbed to my jealousy and hate, I may have joined them upon their twisted path. But I had misjudged you. I believed you were reviled. I believe you are reviled. You so reviled. Reviled the circumstances of your birth that you sought only to bring ruin upon Ishkar. Until recently, you wouldn't have been far off the mark. If it was Gudrak and Sir Emmerich who convinced me that hiding for change was a damn sight more worthwhile than adding to misery. Indeed. Pray forgive the barbs I have slung at you and your hounds, Captain. I have been blind to the courage and determination of the common folk, and I humbly request that the watch continue to aid us in the defense of the city. You don't deserve all the spite I spat at you, neither. I see his face when I look at you and I just can't bloody help myself. I'll try to work at that, though, eh? I must go now and see to the proceedings of the prisoners. Well, be well, sister. Sister?
I mean, they have both red eyes.
You are siblings, then? I was unaware that you and Sir Muscadine were so closely connected. Left that part out, did I? Aye, he's my half-brother, born to another woman, after my dear father casted my mother back into the streets. That ain't a thing that ye just blurt out like that, now is it? Not something I bring up often, no. And I don't reckon Muscadine was too keen on declaring his relation to the mongrel, especially after he inherited the old man's estate. Well, might be as ye can put the bad blood behind ye now. Better in drowning it out. Any row? Might be as you're right. Rustatine. A most admirable woman you have become, my dear. Not to mention a champion of the people of the brew. It seems I was right to put the firearm in your hand. And I thank you for taking the gamble. You gave me more than just a weapon that day. You gave me control over my fate. If it wasn't for you, I'd likely still be scouring in the streets and cursing at the sky. 'Tis gratifying indeed to see how far you've come. Now I really must return to the workshop. The mountain of commissions only grow larger and longer I neglect it, as Joyce would so sharply remind me. We'd best get back to the broom ourselves, Zelen, and older stands will be wondering what became of us.
Why can't I just... Okay, there.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Hey, like me in my suit.
The sword's been returned. The Baroness is in fetters, and the hounds have shown themselves a force to be reckoned with. Happy endings all around. Eh? Ye lads and lasses was a bit rough to start with, but I can't rightfully call him pups anymore. He'd be fine without us, I say. So you both leaving then? I thought you'd have some more tricks to share. Don't start whining now, lass. We've given ye the tools and foundation. Ye can build the rest on the bleeding house yourself. Aye, that we can. Thank you. Alright, let's not get all bloody sentimental then. I'm off. Fair winds, ye Gudrak? You know me. Oh, our thanks to you as well, Gudrak. Come back and visit when you can. I'm sure the hounds will have some new stories to tell. Did I ever teach you guys anything? You know what? How about I keep you guys warm? God, I need to start playing Warhammer. The shooting game. Let's see if I can stream it. This concludes the story. Oh, shit. Your battle alongside the hounds have given you insight into machinist techniques. And that will be that. And that would do. Alrighty. I'm going to that is that. I'm going to now return to Ishgard. I am in Ishgard. What I'm going to do is return. Return to Doma. To Doma. Doma. Well, that was that for the that was the entirety of Stormblood Machinist questline. I liked it. It's basically a not murder, it's a noir detective story. It's me and Hilda and her brother going around trying solve the mystery of where the song. It's a detective story, anyways. This is not the end for today, but I'm going to stop the stream, go use the restroom, come back, restart the stream, and do the rest of 4.2, and then maybe, I don't know, see what it feels like, how long that's been. I'm just gonna try finishing the rest of 4.2. Anyways, thank you for watching, and if you're watching the VOD, please come to the live stream. I usually start between 10 to 7. I started at 8 today. Huzzahs! Oh no, I started at 9. Not huzzahs. Whoops! Anyway, I should have started earlier. Again, thank you for watching. If you can, like and subscribe, and have a good morning, evening, afternoon, and evening, whatever time it is for you, and goodbye!